Good evening. 2 people have been taken to hospital after a man suffered suspected stab wounds in Newcastle. Emergency services were called to Springfield Road in Blakelaw at around 10 to 9 last night to report a van had collided with a fence. The occupants of the van are reported to have assaulted 2 people before driving off. Neither of the victims is believed to have suffered life-threatening injuries, and investigations are ongoing. Northumbria police have made more than 100 arrests and taken dangerous weapons off the streets in a week of targeted action. Operation Sceptre saw officers recover 13 knives with more than 330 knives handed into surrender bins last month. Other weapons recovered included a samurai sword and automatic crossbows. A charity says it has been overwhelmed by support from the community after learning that future Pride events will not get council funding. Out North East is hosting events in Sunderland throughout the summer, including a free concert tonight. Last month, the city's new reform administration said it will not provide funding for Pride and would instead prioritise events aimed at all the residents of Sunderland.
We're staging 37 events over our Summer of Pride Festival in Sunderland, South Tyneside and Gateshead. We've done this for 3 years. The past 2 years, 230,000 people have engaged with us. We've put money back into the economy, we've employed people, and we've celebrated the region as a safe, inclusive place to live, work and visit. Turning around and saying we're not an inclusive festival just shows that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Next tonight, a group of colleagues, friends and family members are taking on Hadrian's Wall this weekend to support former BBC journalist Andrew Hartley. Last year, Andrew, who'll be a familiar face to North East viewers, was diagnosed with motor neurone disease. Gabriel Morris has the details.
OK, we're all ready. Hitting the famous walk, former journalist Andrew Hartley is on a mission to raise awareness and funding for M&D research after being diagnosed with a condition last year.
Challenges so far have been more mental than physical. So far the progress has been quite slow, so it affects my hands a little bit, but I can still walk, I can still run, very slowly of course, and I can still cycle, which is so important to me. So walking Hadrian's Wall makes an awful lot of sense. It's the perfect challenge for me because I know I can do this. It's quite an effort, but it would be an effort for anyone.
And he won't be alone. A team of around 50 are supporting, taking the mission in a relay to the northeast from Cumbria. Andrew, just tell us a little bit about the relay. How's it working this week?
So, yeah, it was the brainchild of a colleague of mine called Rachel, former colleague of mine called Rachel. We've got a baton which it's even got my name on. There you go. And that baton will be passed from group to group.
But not everyone's walking.
I promised the people that I raised funds from 20Ks. So let's see how far we'll get. I did 7Ks last time in Amsterdam, where I'm from, and that went okay.
So far, they've raised more than £20,000, and they're scheduled to complete the challenge on Monday. Gabriel Morris, ITV News.
Organisers of events marking the 200th anniversary of the Stockton and Darlington Railway have hailed their impact as transformative. More than 1 million people from 37 countries took part in the year-long programme of events and exhibitions, bringing £17 million to the region's economy. Newby Hall near Ripon has welcomed thousands of visitors to its annual tractor show. The event has more than 3,000 exhibits on display, as well as showcasing modern farming techniques.
Yeah, there's machinery and there's also showing the way farming practices have changed over the years. And we've got some great big brand new John Deeres, £250,000 plus, right the way through, going back through the decades, right the way to a single heavy horse with some harness. So that shows you the development of the agricultural power, if you like, over the years.
It's been a mixed bag weather-wise recently. Tori's coming up now with your forecast for the rest of the weekend. I hope you have a lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.